What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, back to Kenshu Gaming. Today we are starting a new series, a rebuild series if you will, of MLB The Show 21, and we're going to do it with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. We're going to turn GM contracts off because of course we're doing a rebuild and we don't want to be fired after those 3 years. We're going to turn development tasks and manager tasks to manual because we will be doing the scouting and we will go straight to the regular season. We'll be handling everything from the day-to-day operations to AAA to AA to single A. So there's not going to be a whole lot of rules, but there are going to be more like guidelines as we take a look at the salaries and looks at Mike Trout. Of course, is going to be our number one guy that's being paid the highest. And then we have Anthony Rendon and then Justin Upton. Our salary looks okay for next season, but we are going to set some guidelines here in free agency because the Angels are already kind of stacked. In free agency, we are not going to be aggressive. We are not going to go after star players. We're mainly going to go through the draft with that. As we look at the roster for our pitchers, of course, we have Shohei Ohtani. We have Heaney, Cobb, Ganning, and Patrick Sandoval. Griffin Canning and Patrick Sandoval look to be our future. And there seems to be a big hole in our pitching, especially in our back end of our starting pitching. We really don't have a back end of starting pitching, and our bullpen just looks terrible. Steve Cishek is 34 years old, and he is our best bullpen reliever. So we definitely have starting pitching to worry about. And we have our bullpen to worry about, which honestly is exactly what the Angels have struggled with the last few seasons. And our closing pitcher, Iglesias, is our best bullpen arm. Max Stassi leads off with catcher. Jared Walsh, of course, is a future big-time player for us. And on second base, we have David Fletcher with Luis Rengifo, Keon Wong, and Phil Gosselin. Anthony Rendon, Taylor Ward round out third baseman. And Jose Rojas is there for spot starts. Shortstops, we have Jose Iglesias and Jeremiah Jackson, one of our top prospects. Left field, we have Justin Upton, which is 33 years old. We have Edwin Yon, but he's going to take some time to develop. Of course, we have Mike Trout in in our center field. Scott Shelber will be sent down to AAA, and we'll probably call up Juan Lagares. Joe Adell looks bright for us. He has a lot of speed. Right fielders is a big position for us as well. We're probably going to be trying to focus on right fielders in the draft because Dexter Fowler is definitely not the answer. And we're going to keep him down in AAA. Also send John Jay down to AAA. We'll do that right now because we're not going to use John Jay at all. And then we'll send Scott down to AAA and bring up Juan Lagares. Left fielders, fine. Shortstop's fine. Taylor Ward's up here in third base. I wonder if I should bring up Rojas, but we're definitely bringing up Phil Gosselin. And we'll send down Anthony because Kurt and Max can handle the catching position throughout the season. There's a couple pitchers we gotta call up. We gotta call up Jose Suarez. And we'll move down Jamie to AAA. Griffin, we're going to send down to Triple A as well. And we'll head to the relief pitchers, and I want to call up Dylan Bundy. His stuff is too good not to be in the major leagues, but he just needs to learn how to control his stuff, because he gives up homers way too easy. James Hoyt, closer, but he'll be more of a bullpen arm. We're gonna call up Kian Wong too, I think, over Jose Rojas. Look through the roster again. Called up one. We're not calling anyone up off of right field. I think that's good. We'll go into scouting here and get more scouts. Wrong menu. Go into the contracts, go to scouts, and hire better scouts, I should say, because we have good pitching, it looks like, in Brett Cummings and Jeff. And what we need is better position players with discovery. And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot for the West right now. No, the West is not really good right now in terms of discovery and position players. So we might have to go international. But he seems... we need a West, so I'm going to just get this guy. Because his discovery is decent. It's, it's a 69 or a 93 for discovery, but position players is a 69. So we'll just take him because we need someone out of the West for a scout. And what we have, our other options for the West wasn't that great. So we're going to go ahead and start scouting. We want an outfielder right away, someone with some speed, probably some power too. And we'll send him on his way for the international scout. The West region, we're going to probably do speed for the infield. And we're going to do fielding. I want to build more of a defensive team with speed, with a little bit of power, as we're going to send our pitchers for right will be command, and left-handers will be velocity. And we'll go ahead and look at our pitching rotation. Dylan Bundy, you are not going to be in the rotation. You will be out of the bullpen. Patrick Sandoval, come on down. And Jose Suarez will round out the back end. It honestly is the pitching rotation right now for the Angels. Let's see. Mike Mayers, Tony Watson, Alex Claudio, Jim Hoyt, Steve Cishek, and Razel Iglesias. Okay, so our bullpen definitely needs some work. Our bullpen's going to be a focal point in the draft. Probably get some high draft picks for relief pitchers. We're going to go ahead and send... Maybe not. I was thinking about sending Aaron down to AAA, but we actually might need him. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the training really quick, because we don't want auto training on people that don't need, don't need certain stats improved. So like Anthony Rendon, we're going to set him to the batting cages. We want that contact up a little bit more. Jared, send you physical conditioning, get that durability up through the season. So yeah, we're going to tweak all this stuff right now. So once again, our big focal point will be the relief pitchers, starting pitchers, and we need a right fielder, particularly someone with speed. I really emphasize speed because I like running aggressive on the base pass. And I believe the only two guys that we have for speediness is our starting pitcher, Shohei Ohtani, and Mike Trout. So there's not a whole lot of speed. We have Phil Gosselin, but Phil's not the long-term solution. He will be more of a role player than an actual starter. But let me explain a little bit of the guidelines that we are going to do. So free agency, we're not going to go for high overall players. We're not going to try to break the bank to go get an Aaron Judge. We're not going to do trades that are somewhat out of realism. We're not going to do any of that. We're really just going to focus on building through the draft. In free agency, I'm really trying to stick to signing people like below about 82 and below for the overall and it's only going to be like one or two players that we're going to be able to sign. But like I said, it's more like guidelines. I am pretty strict on the not signing star players because honestly, the Angels already have star players. We have Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Jared Walsh, which is really going to be becoming like a star player within probably the next few seasons here. And we have Anthony Rendon. So they're pretty stacked with star players. So I'm not going to sign any star players or trade for any. So everything will be worked through the draft. As as it should be, to be honest, because it shouldn't take long for the Angels to get back into a playoff contention every year. We're going to do a 10-year rebuild. And in that 10 years, we are going to try to win at least 2 World Series. And then I'm going to give our other goal to be in the playoffs. Not this season, not next season, but we're going to give it 2 seasons to be in the playoffs every year after that. So we're going to try to win 2 World Series and then give it 2 years to be in the playoffs consistently. And then we're going to need to draft high. Well, I believe we're picking 13th or 14th in this MLB draft. So I'm pretty sure we're probably not going to be able to find blue chips at that level or at that pick. But we will be able to find probably some hidden gems around that area with great potential that we can probably get in 2 years' time, be ready for the major leagues. And the right fielder is an emphasis. We're going to go after a right fielder first because I know we can get bullpen arms in the later rounds in the draft and be good with potential and be ready to go in the next 2 years. Starting pitching is a different story. We're going to have to really scout and find gems for the draft. I want my relief pitchers to all be pitch simulated game because we need relief pitchers that have their clutch up. I'm not saying we're going to simulate this the whole time because that's not what I'm saying. Like, that's not what I want to do anyways. We're not going to simulate all the games at all. We're definitely going to play the games. We'll probably play 3 or 4 games out of 1 month. And we're going to go down and play AAA games too. So it could be like 2 games of AAA in a month and 2 games of a major league game in one of the calendar months that we have. And then, of course, we'll pick out the biggest ones of the series in that month to play. And we might actually end up playing more than that. But this is a 10-year rebuild. And we'll see if we can get 2 World Series wins. Phil, we definitely need you in some fielding drills, but we're going to put you in batting cages because that right contact is terrible. But shortstop, Jeremiah Jackson, we definitely want to focus on you. You're one of our top prospects, so we're going to go ahead and put you in a hitting coach session. No. We're just going to put you in the batting cages, get that contact up, get you ready for the major leagues. Juan Lagares, we need you in contact. Joe Adele, contact. So I definitely want so I envision this team, because we have power between Ohtani, Walsh, Rendon has some power, right? And Mike Trout, of course. So what I want is this team, the other players, to be good at contact and really have high speed. As we just kind of look through what the Angels general manager wants: win the wild card postseason, score 20 runs in a single game. Okay. That's a little out there. Strike out 20 batters in a single game. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that one. Lead the league and stuff. Okay. Alright. So view budget, we have $6 million available. We're going to go ahead and put our sponsors up really quick. Let's do $2,000 per hit. $10,000 per double play. We love a defense. And we'll do $35,000 per save. Alright. So I'm ready to get into opening day. Oh, we have to fix our lineup really quick. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll have Fletch leading off, Mike Trout in the cleanup spot, along with, actually, we're probably going to put Jared Walsh second at bat, because it doesn't look like we can put Ohtani yet. He has to pitch 20 innings first, and then we get to use him as a hitter. So we'll put Walsh at the number 2 spot. This is versus right-handed pitching. Designated hitter. We'll put Phil out in right field. I'll make him number 9 as we move Jared Walsh up. Taylor Ward goes down. Anthony Rendon will be number 4. Stassi's good where he's at. Upton will come up. Maybe I'll move Upton to number 5. I'll just leave him be. Starting pitching needs to go down to number 9, because it's not going to be always Shohei Ohtani on the mound. We'll move Kian Wong maybe. He's better at hitting right-handers. So we'll move Keon Wong to the right field, but we'll move Jared Walsh to number 2. Wong needs to come down. Justin will hit number 6. Iglesias will go up. Left-hand pitching, definitely Phil. Phil's amazing on contact with left-handed pitching. Justin Upton does great against left-handed pitching as well. We'll move Walsh to that number 2 spot once again. Phil will hit 6. Kurt can stay. Move Phil in. So Phil has really good speed. I actually like Phil against left-handed pitching a lot. So he might be up there. Anthony will go number 5. Justin will hit number 4. And I think we're ready to go and start an opening day. Opening day against the White Sox. So Fletcher is leading off. Walshy, number 2. Trout, number 3. Justin in that cleanup role. Anthony Rendon hitting number 5. Phil Gosselin, the Goose is loose at number 6. Jose Iglesias, number 7. Kurt at number 8. Taylor Ward rounding it out. Opening day here at Angel Stadium. Beautiful day for an opening day. It's the Angels and the White Sox ready to do battle. Who will be able to get onto the right foot this season with an opening day win? The Angels are hoping to get that opening day win in front of the home crowd, as last season with COVID going on, the crowd is filling in excited to see their Los Angeles Angels. Last season, of course, was a short season. The ERA was not good. The saves were not good. Walks allowed, home runs allowed, not good. But can this man right here, Shohei Ohtani, on the mound tonight, get it off on the right? We'll see today. Opening day, first pitch, right around the corner. Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Last season he was hurt. He was only able to do 2 starts. So obviously the ERA is something that we should not really look into. But up to bat first is Tim Anderson leading off for the White Sox. And first pitch is underway. Shohei Ohtani. Strike 1. As a 98 miles per hour fastball. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani can get up to that 101 mark. That is not his highest speed, but he's starting off good with the fastball to get the first pitch strike. Strike 2 on the lower half of the strike zone, just barely hitting with the fastball, and a little bit of a wild pitch there by Shohei Ohtani. The windup, the pitch, and fouled off by Tim Anderson. Struck him out with the splitter on the outer half of the strike zone. What a good pitch for Shohei. That's really good to get this season started. Setting the tone, striking out the first batter he faces. Foul ball. But the radar gun hit a 99 on that one. Shohei is throwing some heat out the gate. Shohei, of course, is one of the most popular players in baseball right now. With his two-way hitting ability and his pitching. We haven't seen the likes of this in a very long time. As the splitter hits below the strike zone and is fouled off. And that is taken for a ball. That's a good take by Nick Madrigal. That is fouled off again. 100 on the radar gun. Shohei throwing a lot of fastballs here today. And the split. And it is popped up. And it looks like the right fielder makes an easy play out there. Here's the Chicago White Sox lineup. Of course, we always have to be wary of Jimenez and Jose Abreu in the middle of that lineup. 96 home runs last season. In the short season, it was first in the American League. So there is power in this lineup as Shohei hits a fastball right down the middle for strike one. The count's 0-1. A little high on the inside. That will be taken for a ball. Jimenez hit 297 last season. So the average was up a lot last season. Last season was really short. It helped guys, and some guys it did not help. It looks like that hit the zone with the fastball, but it is not called a strike. 3-1 is the count, and Shohei has kind of lost it a little bit as he comes back with a fastball, and Jimenez takes a swing and misses. Shohei wants the catcher to go over the signs again, and they're ready for the 3-2. Here comes the pitch, and a slider way offside the plate, and Jimenez strikes out. Shohei gets 2 as the White Sox go down in order. Leading off for the Angels is David Fletcher. Had a .319 average last season. As he takes the first pitch for a ball, up and away. Carlos Rodon is on the mound today for the Chicago White Sox, as David Fletcher takes a strike below the knees. And looks like a little half swing there from Fletch, and he is out at first base on a ground ball. Here's the Angels lineup. We have Fletcher, Walsh, Trout, Upton, Rendon, Gosselin, Iglesias, Suzuki, and Taylor Ward to round it out. The Angels hit 85 home runs last season. They weren't lacking in the hitting department. They were 5th in the AL. As Walsh takes a big swing and misses. It's a nice slider from Rodon. The pitch, and Walsh fouls that one off. Strikeout. Ooh. The slider got Walsh off the plate. Let's take another look at it. Beautiful slider. Sets up on the outer part of the strike zone and then goes off the plate completely, and he was able to get Walsh to chase. Mike Trout steps in. and takes a ball that definitely looked like a strike. It looks like this umpire has already set where his strike zone will be. As Mike Trout takes a strike at the knees. A changeup inside. Ball 2. This is a good count for Mike right now. He takes another ball below the knees. This is not a hitter you want to get behind on, as everyone should know that. And a single drops down for Mike Trout with 2 outs to go. Look how strong Mike Trout is, able to hit opposite field on a ball that was going to be outside of the plate, and he's strong enough, of course, to go opposite way. Justin Upton steps in. Should Mike Trout steal here? As Upton takes a big swing, swinging for the fences, and misses. Strike 1. As Rodon quick pitches to make sure that Trout does not steal. So they are worried about Mike Trout over there at first base. As he should be. He is a huge threat to go ahead and steal. Justin Upton takes another strike. The count's 1-2. And Justin Upton takes a ball outside, way outside. They're weary. They're very weary of Trout stealing. But this could be the time to go ahead and steal. And Trout goes. Trout's on the move. And Trout is safe by a mile. He had such a good lead and start. Wow. Off to second base. He was there in a flash. So the count's 3-2 to Upton. And Upton will walk. Anthony Rendon comes up to the plate. And he swings at the first pitch and lined out to the second baseman. So the Angels rack up a hit and a stolen base, but nothing comes of it. Chicago's up next. Jose Abreu steps into the box with a .317 average, 19 home runs, and 60 RBIs last season. Jose Abreu is a threat. Shohei has to pitch him carefully. As foul ball on the first pitch. Jose's 2 home runs shy of hitting 200 homers in his career. As a ball goes inside on Jose Abreu, the count's 1-1. Home plate umpire James Kingsley has a high strike zone. Doesn't really give too much off the plate. As Jose takes another ball on the outer part of the plate here. Shohei winds up in the pitch. Strike 2. Jose was swinging for the fences on that one. As Shohei's getting a little bit of a workout. This is a good battle right here. 2 stars in our Major League Baseball. And another foul ball For Jose, he swings at the cutter low and away. I'm surprised he was able to hit that, to be honest. That was pretty low and had some movement on it. And strike out on Jose Abreu. Shohei Ohtani has his third strikeout in the game. What a good fastball at the knees. Froze him. As Moncada steps up to the plate now, and Shohei delivers a fastball on the outer part of the plate, and it is ball one. Moncada only had a .225 average and only 6 home runs last year. It wasn't the best year for him. Strike one right in the heart of the plate. 97 miles an hour fastball. And a little chopper to the mound. Shohei has to come off the mound, and a real good job by Shohei Ohtani. That's where his fielding comes into play. Of course, being an outfielder for most of his career in the Japanese league. And David Fletcher is able to get the ground ball and toss it to first base. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. The Angels are coming up. Phil Gosselin steps up to the plate and takes a ball, a big curveball that went into the inside. And a ground ball hit by Gosselin should be a routine play, and that is the first out. Here's the defensive lineup. Jose Iglesias steps into the plate. And another ground ball. Oh, a little high for Jose Abreu. He's able to... Kurt Suzuki now in the batter's box. He takes ball one. Another fastball on the inside part of the plate. Ball two. Now Suzuki's been around, hasn't he? Of course, he was a long time A's. As he pops up in foul ground, and Jose Abreu's gonna be able to get it. He had a good count, 2-0, but that's just unlucky. The Angels go down. White Sox are next. So we have a little bit of a pitching duel going on as Gavin Sheets, making his debut, will hit for the White Sox. Shohei has been getting first strikes all 3 innings, and he's been looking good working that fastball so far, and the slider has been in play, and so has the splitter. But the slider will go a little too far to the inside. as it's called for ball one. Shohei's been working the strike zone really good, going up and down all night. Or all day, I should say. And it's keeping these hitters off balance. He's keeping the speeds. He's controlling the speeds of his pitches very well, using them in very good sequences, and already has three strikeouts in the first 2 innings, and he's looking for his fourth. Where did that miss? That should have been a strikeout, but the umpire doesn't see it that way, not really giving much on the outer part of the plate. And Shohei looks a little bit frustrated with the call, but here he is winding up with the splitter down below at the knees, and Sheets is able to just foul it off. The 3-2 count. And Shohei loses him and walks the first batter of the day. Brian Goodwin steps in, 215 average, 6 home runs, only 22 RBIs last season. Oh, watch out. Shohei's getting a little bit sporadic with his pitches now. He needs to bring it back in, zone it in. This is his first time today working out of the stretch as a splitter. Good pitch right there on the outer half of the plate, a splitter. Very good pitch by Shohei. As this is fouled off to the left. Shohei needs to work his splitter more and maybe use his slider on his strikeout pitches. He does have a curveball that he can use and a cut fastball. And there's the big curveball right there as Goodwin's able to foul it off. 1-2 is the count. And a splitter in the dirt. Suzuki throws it to first base for good measures. But Shohei needs to keep throwing that splitter down there and he'll get chases. Another splitter in the dirt and he's out at second base. He thought he could get away with it. He thought the wild pitch was enough to move over to second base, but he is thrown out. As a fastball is fouled off once again to Goodwin. This is a long at-bat. Shohei needs to get him out. The pitch count is going up. It's already at 40 and we're only in the third inning. Another foul ball. Already 8 pitches for this at-bat. The 3-2 pitch. And that is a good splitter. That's a good location for the splitter, and Goodwin is strong enough to foul it off. This is a really good at-bat by Goodwin, making Shohei work right now. And wow, that once again the umpire. That should have been a strikeout, but the umpire is not giving that outer part of the plate. So it is a walk. And you have to be wary of the steal here. As the splitter hits the inside of the strike zone. 0-1's the count. A fastball below the knees, 1-1. The runner has speed. And Shohei wisely makes sure to keep him at first base. That's good on Shohei. He's keeping the runner from going, but the runner goes anyways, and Rendon's not able to get the out, but he is able to throw it over to Jared Walsh. The runner does move to second. There are 2 outs now. Yeah, it looks like Rendon had a little bit of a trouble of catching that one. That came off the bat really fast. And he dropped the sure out. But he's able to recover and get the out at first base. There's 2 outs left, a runner on second base, and here comes the pitch. What a good slider by Shohei Ohtani. Breaking on the inside of the plate. Wow. Oh, Shohei got lucky with that one. He left the slider up in the middle of the zone, and it went just foul. That would have been a surefire RBI single. And a swing and miss. That's where he wanted the last slider. Shohei gets another strikeout here. He is at 4 strikeouts in the game. Chicago White Sox go down with a runner stranded at second. The Angels are up next. Taylor Ward steps into the batting box for the first time. As he takes a fastball on the inside, ball 1. Oh, Taylor Ward hits one out to the warning track. Just missed it. Just missed it. Here's the upcoming schedule for the Angels. They'll finish the series on Sunday with the White Sox. Start a new one with the Astros for Monday and Tuesday, a 2-game series. They'll have Wednesday off, and then they'll start their road trip at the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays did win the Blue Jays lost against the Yankees today, 3-1. As David Fletcher comes in, steps into the batter's box, takes strike 1 as the order starts to roll over now. Through 3 innings, we've only had 1 hit. So this is a pitching duel right now between Shohei Ohtani and Carlos Rodon. As Fletcher does a little pop behind the second baseman. And that is the second out of the inning. As Jared Walsh steps in, he struck out in the first. Walsh thought about going for it, but it's a strike anyways. That is a high strike zone. And Walsh misses on the second pitch. It is 0-2 right now. In danger of a second strikeout, and he does get struck out. Fastball on the inside of the plate. And that's the end of the inning, and Walsh is going to have a few words to the umpire while he's walking away. 1, 2, 3, go the Angels. As the orders reset, Nick steps into the batter's box and is ready for the first pitch, and he is fouled into, and it will be the first out. He hit it into foul ground, and Walsh was able to get that first out. That's good for Ohtani, starting out in a good way. 1 pitch, 1 out, because that last inning of work, he did a little bit too much for the pitch count. As Jimenez steps in once again and gets a splitter, a good splitter on the bottom strike zone. That had a lot of downward movement to that splitter. That was a really good pitch. As Jimenez takes a big swing at a fastball down and away. It's 0-2. A fastball down and in for a ball. That's another good splitter right there. Another good location on the splitter. It hit 84. A little bit slower this time. But couldn't get Jimenez to chase it. But Jimenez chases on this one. That slider has been working all day for Ohtani. That's now the third strikeout on the slider. 5 in total. In the same spot. Off the plate. And they're chasing that slider today. As Jose Abreu steps into the box. 0 for 1 last time up. Shohei below the knees, ball 1. And this ball is hit to the corner, and it's fair. Upton's having a little bit of trouble getting to it. He throws it in, and this is going to be a 2-out triple as Abreu slides in for a triple with 2 outs. What a hit. The first hit for the White Sox. And here we go. Ohtani from the stretch. As this pitch is in the dirt it was a curveball. Not sure if you want to be throwing that type of pitch in this type of situation. A wild pitch could happen, and that runner could easily score. A good split finger fastball. That downward action is filthy. Gets Moncada to swing at it and miss. Ohtani with another curveball and almost hits Moncada. He doesn't have a good feel for that curveball. He needs to go back to his slider and his split finger. Which he does, and Iglesias is able to get there for the ground out. Ohtani leaves a runner stranded. The Angels, Trout, due up next. Mike Trout steps in. He had a single his last time up. Worked the count pretty good. As Trout swings for a high fastball and it goes foul. 0-1's the count. Trout's a little late on that slider. 0-2. Looks like he's looking for a fastball. Fastball on the inner side of the plate. And it is a ball. 1-2 is the count. Oh, struck him out. What a good pitch by Carlos. High fastball. And this umpire does have a high strike zone. So it was a very good pitch. Struck Trout out. Upton's up next and takes a big swing. Kind of off the plate there. At a slider. And misses. 0-1's the count. Upton hits a ball to right field, and it's to the wall, and it's easy. An easy double for Justin Upton. A 1-out double for Justin. Let's see if the Angels can rally from this. What a beautiful hip. Squares his hips up, follows through with the hands, and gets an easy double. Walks in with a double. Good job for J-Up. Anthony Rendon in. Anthony Rendon flies out. First pitch swinging. He needs to be a little bit more patient at the plate. Phil Gosselin steps in now, as he almost gets it by the first baseman, Jose Abreu, but Jose was able to get it and walk in on the first base for the final out. The Angels strand Jay up at second base. White Sox are up next. So we are having a pitcher's duel here. Top of the 5th inning. Shohei Ohtani and Carlos Rodon are really putting on a show. That slider misses Hyde. Could not get the feel for that one. A high inside fastball, and Robert swings at it and misses way off the plate. Once again with the high fastball, it worked the first time. They went to it again and Robert was able to foul it off this time. Ohtani trying to get that strikeout pitch with the slider, but Robert is not swinging at it. As a fastball is low and inside, almost in the dirt. 3-2 is the count. And Ohtani, he walks another batter. That is his second walk of the game. He tried to get him to chase that slider. It's been working for him all day, but Robert was able to hold off. Roberts has really good speed. Really good speed. Runs the base pass well. So Ohtani is going to have to be wary of this. As Ohtani quick pitches him, in fear of the runner going, he does get that high strike that this umpire has. Another quick pitch and the same location. Another strike. Gavin Sheets is having a word with the ump and saying like, hey, that's too high. But the ump says no. 0-2 is the count. Cut fastball on the inside top corner, but it is just fouled off by Sheets. A curveball in the dirt, and this is going to get Roberts almost thrown away too. Roberts is going to get in safely on a wild pitch. Runners are in scoring position now. Iglesias able to hold the runner at second as he throws over to first, the first out. Here comes Brian Goodwin now. As a slider hits the outer part of the strike zone, Kurt says good job to Ohtani. That was an excellent pitch from Ohtani this late into the ball game. Already has 73 pitches. Oh, and another wild pitch, and Roberts is able to take third. Just a big flyout will score Roberts. A fastball below the knees. Ball 2. Ohtani knows how big of a situation this is. And a hit into the gaps. Mike Trout was able to cut it off, but the runner will score. 1-0 Chicago White Sox as Goodwin brings in the RBI double. And we are going to have a mound visit here. And it looks like they're going to get someone up in the bullpen as well. It looks like Slayers is in the bullpen warming up. As this split finger fastball goes for a ball. Oh, and Ohtani hits Mercedes. First and second runners on. Fastball below the knees. Ohtani is struggling right now. He needs a ground ball. Well, a flyout will help too, and Trout will get this easily, and the runner on second will respect Mike Trout's arm and will stay put. Madrigal up in the box. He's 0 for 2, and Ohtani really needs an out here as he is way off the plate with the fastball. Now he's missing his fastball location. He's tired out there. As there's a ground ball and it gets through, but the runner's breaking for the plate. A late break, and it is way out by a mile. I don't know what that third baseman coach was doing, but that ends the inning. Mike Trout throws out the runner heading for the plate, and he was way late. I don't know if there's a miscommunication there or not. But Suzuki gets him out. 1-0 White Sox. That was a crazy little sequence. And I'm surprised the runner went. There had been a miscommunication between the third baseman, the third base coach, and the runner at third base as Iglesias grounds out. There's one out in the bottom of the fifth. It is 1-0 Chicago White Sox though. Kurt Suzuki, the man who just got the runner out at home plate, is up in the box. What a throw from Mike Trout. As Suzuki swings and misses at a slider inside the strike zone. And he takes a ball on the inside. I'm still astonished by that play. I'm not sure what happened. Third base coach and the runner must have had a miscommunication as it was flied out right now by Suzuki. 2 outs. It was a weird sequence of events. I don't know if the runner maybe saw Mike Trout take his time to pick up the ball, but there was a delay on the runner going. The runner would have maybe been able to score if he didn't have no hesitation. But there was a hesitation as there is a ball on the outer part of the plate for Taylor Ward. But 1-0 White Sox here in the bottom of the fifth as Ward takes a strike at the knees. As we look at the pitching breakdown, Rodon has hit 64% strikes on his fastball, 78% on his slider, changeup 50, curveball 67, and his two-seamer has 67% as well. He's been throwing a lot of fastballs and sliders today, and it has this Angels offense stagnant. As Ward fouls off another ball, 1-2 is the count. And Ward takes a big swing at a curveball and strikes out. Down go the Angels in order. Carlos Rodon is rolling. White Sox are up next. It looks to see as Ohtani is going to stay in the game for right now. In the top of the sixth. Oh! A big fly from Jimenez. Is it going to go over the wall? Gosselin? No, it's over the wall. Upton wasn't able to try and get it. Home run. Chicago White Sox in the top of the sixth. And you have to imagine that that's going to do it for Shohei Ohtani. What a big fly on a fastball in the middle of the plate. Big home run for the White Sox as it extends the lead 2-0. And it looks like Joe Madden is coming out now to relieve Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani earned 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks in 5 innings pitched. Not exactly the outing he want opening day, but the first 4 innings he played were spectacular. Just lost it the last 2. Aaron Slegers comes out of the pen to relieve Shohei Ohtani. And a little pop-up out to right field. Gosselin has it, 1 out. Wow, what a home run by Jimenez. First big fly of the season for the Chicago White Sox, a team that led last season in home runs in the American League. As Slegers gets the first strike with the sinker. Slegers has a good sinker and a really good slider to round that off with a four-seam fastball and a changeup. Another strike with the sinker. Moncada swinging at it, and this pitch goes for a foul. The count is 0-2. Chicago White Sox lead the Angels 2-0 in the top of the 6th. And a little pop-up for Slegers to go ahead and get the second out. Luis Robert steps into the batting box 0 for 1, but he did walk last time out. And he grounds out to Fletch. And the Chicago White Sox do score on a home run by Jimenez. And they lead 2-0 going in to the bottom of the 6th. Again starts the rollover of the lineup. David Fletcher into the box. The Angels need to be more patient. And as I say that, Fletcher swings at a changeup below the knees. They need to be more patient. Carlos has only thrown 50 pitches, and it's only the 6th inning. As a foul ball happens off that last pitch, it's 0-2 is the count. 1-2 is the count now with the high fastball going for a ball. Two and two is now the count. This is a good comeback for Fletcher. Coming back into the count, 2-2 now after the first 2 strikes. And Fletch grounds out to the third baseman, 1 out. Better sequence for Fletcher on those last 2 pitches taking, and was able to make contact. But this lineup needs to get something going. They need to answer back. Jared Walsh steps in, already has 2 strikeouts in the game against Carlos. As he takes the first pitch for a ball. This lineup needs to be more patient. And let's see what Jared Walsh can do here. As he swings at a fastball up out of the zone. 1-1 is the count. The Angels need to answer back after the last 2 innings of the White Sox putting runs on the board. 2-1's the count after Jared took a ball there below the knees. Jared takes another ball. Good patience by Jared this at bat. A changeup below the knees, and he takes it for a ball. Really good patience. Jared takes on a 3-1 pitch. It is now 3-2 fastball on the inner side of the plate. And Jared will take ball number 4, walks him. Carlos looks a little irritated with that call from the ump, but the ump has been consistent with that call all day, not giving the outer part. Mike Trout steps in. Can Mike Trout rally the Angels back into this game? They need something started here. As Mike Trout, this might be gone. Home run! Mike Trout hits a home run on the first pitch, and the Angels tie the ball game. What clutch hitting from Mike Trout. Wow. This is why he gets paid the big bucks. Light up the halo. Because a home run has just left the field. The first home run of the season for Mike Trout. And the first home run of the season for the Angels. 2-2. Tied ball game. Wow, look at him square this ball up. The power just to get it out of there. A fastball up in the zone. And Carlos was pitching a wonderful game until Mike Trout stepped into the box. It's 2-2. As Justin Upton now hits a ball out to left field. And the left field wasn't able to track it down. It's a double for Justin Upton, his second double of the game. 1 out to go, and we have a runner on second base as the pitching coach is now coming out to talk to Carlos. Wow. Anthony Rendon in the box as he takes strike one. Swings at a high pitch. What a turn of events for the Angels. They're back in this game with the runner on second. Anthony Rendon takes a slider to the outside as the Chicago White Sox has 2 people up in their bullpen getting ready to go. But more damage can be done and almost thrown away. I believe if that ball wasn't off the second baseman, that would have maybe gotten Justin Upton out. He needs to be careful here. Anthony Rendon with a hit in the gap, and this is going to be a double. Unfortunately, Justin Upton hesitated. Couldn't really see if it was going to be caught by the left fielder. So he hesitated at second base. But we have runners on second and third. Anthony Rendon hits a double. The goose is loose. Can Phil Gosselin bring in these runners? As a curveball hits for the strike zone. 0-1 is the count. Phil Gosselin hits it to the right side, and it's going to get down. The right fielder dove for it, but he missed the ball. This is going to be a triple, and it clears the bases. The goose is indeed loose. Phil Gosselin with a triple. It is now 4-2. Angels. Wow, what a hit by Phil Gosselin. What a clutch hit. And in that situation, the right fielder should not be diving. He needs to get the sure out, or at least contain the runners, as the Chicago White Sox are going to relieve Carlos. He is done. He earned 4 earned runs. He was doing so well until this ending, this breakout inning from the Angels. And we have a runner on third. Oh, and Phil Gosselin's running for the plate, and it's a sacrifice bunt. It's a safety squeeze, and they get another runner to score. Phil Gosselin scores. It is now 5-2 Angels. Wow, what a turn of events. 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Kurt Suzuki steps up with 2 outs to go. As he takes strike 1 in the bottom half of the plate. Started off with Mike Trout hitting it started off with Jared Walsh with the walk, getting on base. Trout with the home run up next. And then Upton and Rendon both double to get on base. And Gosselin, the goose is loose. He gets the triple and clears the bases. As Suzuki swings at a slider way outside the plate. It is 1-2. And then Jose Iglesias, of course, with that sacrifice bunt to get Gosselin home on the safety squeeze. What a turn of events. What a turn of events. Shohei Ohtani earned 2 runs, exited the game. He will not get the win, of course. Aaron Slegers is in to maybe try and get this win, as Kurt Suzuki is still battling at the plate here. 3-2, full count. And Kurt Suzuki takes a fastball. That ball has not been called all game, and Kurt knows it, and he's giving the ump a little bit of words while he's walking off the field. No matter, Los Angeles leads the Chicago White Sox 5-2. Top of the 7th now. Aaron Slegers has the mound as a pitch up the middle is hit, and it will get by Iglesias for a single. So maybe the White Sox have something going now with the lead runner getting his first major league hit. Gavin Sheets will probably want that ball back, but lead runner is on. As Slegers does a little bit of a pitch in the ground, and Suzuki does throw it to second just for insurance. But the runner does not move. He is at first base. As Walsh picks up the play, but could not get the double play, as they get the lead runner at second. Walsh had a little bit of time picking that up, but he was at least able to get the lead runner at second base. 1 out in the 7th. As Mercedes just hits it foul. A strike on a fastball. So it looks like the ump is now starting to call those outside pitches for a strike now. As a pop-up gets over Walsh's head. And that will be a single, and it moves the runner from first base all the way to third base, and the White Sox are in business with 1 out to go, 2 runners on base. As Slegers is in a little bit of a situation here, he gets the 0-1 count and misses with the slider way high. Another pitch up in the zone. It was fouled. Tim Anderson is at the plate. It is a 1-2 count. It is still 1-2. I don't know how Tim Anderson was able to foul that ball off way below the zone. A sinker. Slegers tries to get the slider, something that Ohtani was doing all game with the slider and them chasing, but was not able to get it here. Another ball, 3-2, full count. Tim Anderson hits this foul. There will be no play. Slegers is working this inning. Already has 19 pitches. And a ball. Slegers walks Tim Anderson, and the bases are loaded. The go-ahead run is at the plate. As we see some action, Mike Myers is in the Angels bullpen warming up. Oh and 2 is the count. After a foul ball on the last pitch, here comes the next pitch, and swings. What a huge strikeout for Aaron Slegers. Wow. That was a slider off the plate. It's been working all game. It worked for Shohei. It works for Slegers now. And now up to the plate, Jimenez in a big time situation for the Chicago White Sox after homering last time up. Foul ball. He just missed that fastball up in the zone. Slegers needs to be a little bit more careful. And a sinker down and away. It is 0-2 already for Jimenez. Slegers is one strike away from getting out of this inning with the bases loaded. I think we all know the pitch he's going with next. Slider away. And he does it. He strikes out Jimenez. What a big pitch. He goes off excited. Slegers gets out of the bases loaded inning. He's pumped up. The Angels still lead the White Sox 5-2. Up next for the Angels is Taylor Ward. He's 0 for 2 today. Takes a changeup. Swings at it and misses. It is 0-1 is the count in the bottom of the 7th. What an inning for Aaron Slegers last inning. My goodness. Bases loaded. Eloy Jimenez at the plate and strikes him out. Wow. Big moment for Slegers. Something to remember. Here on opening day as the Angels lead the White Sox 5-2 as Taylor Ward strikes out on the slider outside the plate. Matt Foster's second strikeout. Wow. It looks like both teams are chasing that slider off the plate today. David Fletcher steps in and he whiffs at a fastball inside. 0-1 is the count. David Fletcher is 0 for 3. He takes a ball on the outside slider. 1-1 is the count. Takes a fastball high up in the zone. Strike 2. 1-2 now. 1 out in the inning. And a little ground ball out to first base, and Jose Abreu's able to pitch it to the pitcher and get the out. David Fletcher, not a good start. He is 0-4 for the day. Jared Walsh earned that big walk that started everything back in the bottom of the 6th and was able to come around and score off the Mike Trout home run, but this time not so lucky as he does a little pop to the pitcher, and it is the 3rd out, and the Angels go down in order. As Mike Mayers comes in and relieves Aaron Slegers. He did really good last season, under a 3.0 ERA, as Jose Abreu steps in to the batter's box. Ball 1, first pitch from Myers, outside. Fastball high up in the zone, fouled off by Jose Abreu. Oh, this pitch has the distance. Just foul. Oh, Jose Abreu just missed that home run. Myers needs to be a little bit more careful, as he just saw that could have gone yard. As a slider outside, Abreu does not chase. He's seen it already today. Not chasing again. Another ball. It's a full count now as Myers misses inside. And a pop-up jammed him. Popped up in the infield. Iglesias with the first out. And Abreu is not too happy. He could have went yard. He just missed it. Just went foul. As Moncada steps up into the batter's box. He is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. As Myers is up high, ball 1. There's a strike from Myers at the knees. 1-1 is the count. Top of the 8th, 1 out as Moncada fouls the ball. The curveball is now 1-2. A curveball into the dirt. Moncada did not chase that. Another foul ball inside of the plate. 2-2 is now the count. Slider almost hits Moncada on the inside of the plate. And a walk from Myers. As we see Alex Claudio get warmed up a bit into the Angels bullpen. He's up and getting warmed up. As Myers does not have a lot of control right now. So this could be an inning for the White Sox as Myers does get a sneak in a fastball in the middle of the plate. 2-1 is the count. A foul ball is now 2-2. Struck him out. What a good pitch by Myers. Slider. And that gets away from the catcher, and the first baseman was able to advance over to second on a wild pitch. That is the second wild pitch today from the Angels. As Myers is able to hit a cutter on the outside part of the plate to Gavin Sheets. A runner is in scoring position. Can the White Sox capitalize? Another foul ball, curveball up in the zone, a little high. Fastball up high. The count's now 2-2. Way off the plate is a curveball. As Myers gets the ground ball that he needs. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels get out of the inning with the runner in scoring position. 5-2 Angels. As we see Rizzo Iglesias up in the bullpen now, getting ready to close this game out. Mike Trout steps into the box. Takes a strike at 102. Wow. Crochet hitting 102 out of the pen. Mike is seeing a blur up there as 102 hits on the radar again, and he misses high. It is 0-2 now. And struck him out at 102. Oh, excuse me. It was a foul ball. Foul ball. Catcher was not able to hang on. And there's the first off-speed pitch from Garrett Crochet, as the count is now 1-2. A slider below the knees, and Trout has worked this back to a more favorable count for him. 2-2. Already 3 pitches at 102 miles an hour. And Trout gets rung up, fastball down and away. He's caught looking. Has a couple words for the ump, but he strikes out. Justin Upton comes in, 2 for 2 today, both doubles. As he takes the foul ball, a pitch inside. Crochet is still hitting 102. That is a deadly arm out of the bullpen. Upton fouls off another ball. Counts 1-2 now. Upton swings, makes contact with the slider inside. The count is still 1-2 as he fouled that slider off. And Upton is caught looking at 100 on the gun. Second strikeout for Crochet. As Anthony Rendon takes a big swing and fouls it off. 0-1's the count, and he swings up high. So it looks like Crochet is wheeling and dealing right now with these fastballs. As Rendon takes a changeup all the way outside the plate. 1-2 is the count. And Rendon gets a hit off of that 102 fastball. He sees it well, gets it right up the middle. And Angels have a runner on the bottom of the 8th. Gosselin hits a ball out into right field, but it looks like it's going to be caught, and that's the end of the 8th. Top of the 9th is coming up, and that's when we'll see the closing pitcher, Raisel Iglesias, to close it out for the Angels. Here comes Iglesias. He had 8 saves out of 10 opportunities last season. Sub 3.0 ERA. And Iglesias is looking to go to work and close this game out, as the first pitch is a fastball down and away for ball 1. Fouled off. 1-1 for Goodwin. Another foul ball for Goodwin. The count is now 1-2. Angels just 3 outs away for getting the opening day win. And struck him out with the changeup. What a beautiful pitch by Iglesias. Wow. Strike one on the lower half of the plate at the knees. 0-1's the count. A little off the plate with the fastball. Mercedes needs to get something going for the White Sox. This is one of their last chances as he swings at a changeup and misses. 1-2's the count. Iglesias with the little slider off the plate, but it's grounded to David Fletcher. There are 2 outs in the 9th. And Tim Anderson steps up to the plate, and he's 0 for 3, but he was walked in the 7th. He needs to get on base for the Chicago White Sox. This is their last out, as strike one goes for Iglesias. 0-1's the count on a slider. And this is popped up to left field, back near the warning track. J-Up's got it, and the Angels take game 1 in the series, win on opening day, 5-2. What a game from Mike Trout. What a game for Justin Upton. Upton had 2 doubles. Mike Trout had 2 RBIs, including the home run. This team rallied in the bottom of the 6th when Shohei Ohtani gave the first 4 innings and put up zeros. But wow, Phil Gosselin with the big triple to clear the bases to get 2 RBIs. What a rally from these Los Angeles Angels. We can't forget about the starting pitching, Shohei Ohtani, who struck out 5, looked good in the first 4 innings, ran into some trouble in the 5th and 6th, only gave up 2 earned runs though, and was able to keep it in close distance. Aaron Slegers gets the win though out of the bullpen. Raisel Iglesias gets the save. The Angels win 5-2. And the player of the game is Phil Gosselin with a triple and 2 RBIs. So what a game. What a game for opening day. We rallied back in the 6th. The Angels did a really good job, hitting in the 6th. I mean, I guess we were just feeling out the pitcher there in the first 5 innings. Shohei did have an okay outing. He kept the earned runs to a minimum. I love that. He only allowed 2. He struck out 5. That slider was really working in the beginning of the game for him. Honestly, all the bullpen pitcher sliders were working. All the strikeouts were mostly on sliders. Slegers came in and pitched 2 innings. Wonderful. Got 2 strikeouts. Myers got a strikeout. He did allow that walk. And Iglesias closed it out perfectly. Trout came up huge and started the rally with the home run. Upton, Rendon, Gosselin, the middle of the lineup came through. The Goose was loose today, got player of the game with the triple 2 RBI. So we won 5-2. We are 1-0 now in the division with the Astros. But I hope you guys are liking or like this little debut of MLB The Show 21 Rebuilding the Angels. And we will continue going on with it. So if you guys liked seeing this, please give a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys next time to be in more of an in-depth, to get more in-depth next time with our rebuild. But once again, we'll see you guys next time.